Is content strategy dead? The reason I ask this is because it seems like back in the day when there were interviews with creators, when there were videos breaking down how certain social media strategies helped people get hundreds of thousands or even millions of views, it was revolutionary because we were gaining insight into an area that we didn't know much about. But nowadays, it seems like you can be interviewing the biggest creator in the world, seemingly discussing those secret hidden insights and barely break 1,000 views. So is everything that's needed to know already out there, and are we wasting our time trying to talk about all of the different ways that people succeed? Well, I've found that most discussions seem to only talk about the top 0.0005% of the US English-speaking mainstream market. And yes, that's partially because most of the content I watch is in English. But even the English speakers are only, once again, discussing the Americans and of that mainstream demo who tend to be entertainment-based creators. The largest percentage of viewers on YouTube are Indians, with Americans coming in second. So to assume that is the industry when people make predictions about where will 2025 head for the creator economy seems kind of pointless, useless, and just fundamentally flawed. This isn't like 2014 when you could pretty much encapsulate the entire creator economy within one YouTube Rewind video. There are so many people out there doing millions and millions or even tens of millions of views that you don't even know exist, either because they live in a different country, they're talking or just showing a different topic that you tend to not care about, or they're speaking a language that you don't understand, so they don't even show up in your feed in the first place. So to assume the industry is going to head in a different direction in 2025, I just want to jump in here and say that if you're liking what you're seeing, you can check out my Instagram right here where I discuss so much more, and you can keep up with my day-to-day of building this channel. So onto the rest of the video. Since moving to London, I've discovered a whole mass of creators that previously I had no idea existed. Most of them are working class creators doing well for themselves, but got their niche audience talking about their particular topic and staying within their community. And then occasionally, like one of the people I met, all of a sudden one of the videos that she did went ultra viral and I see it reposted absolutely everywhere. And yet once again, I didn't even know they existed before I came here. So to only talk to American creators, and often the vast majority being men, you're missing such a huge percentage of the market that otherwise isn't discussed. So then have we reached the limits of content strategy? Or is there still more hiding away that is to be discovered? I think the clearest thing is sports or politics. While that might sound a bit tangential to content strategy, there are lots of similarities there. Because while you're not inventing new plays all the time every single week that you have these reporters on TV, they are discussing how are the things we already know being implemented by the people that we like or don't like in a way that either worked or didn't work. And I think that's where a lot of things will move. It's not necessarily interviewing someone being like, what are your secret insights that the world has never heard before, but I want to talk about this topic. You're an expert or an anti-expert who has then learned from their mistakes about this topic. What can we learn or gain insight into moving forward? The added benefit of this is you don't have to know the creator in question to be interested in the topic of discussion. So many podcasts, interview shows, you don't bother watching half of the episodes because you don't fundamentally care about the guest, or they just haven't made you care about the guest. But if once again you're just interested in the host and the topics that they often discuss, and that person just happens to be there to help tell the story or educate, then you'll check in absolutely every time a video is out. I think as well what will continue to do well is, once again, everyone's got an interview show, everyone's got a podcast, but are there different formats that it can be done within? It's the reason why shows like Hot Ones and Chicken Shop Date have done so well, because it's how can you do an interview show where either you make the guest really awkward or really uncomfortable due to spice, or you're putting them in very interesting situations like Nardwar, asking them questions with information where the guest is like, how do you know that? Or in locations that aren't just sitting in a chair in someone's room or in a standard late night show format.
The illest hour radio show.
What the
Hermit
crap? Wait, hold up. How you know that?
cheat in math?
Yeah, I did. Why do you know that?
Well, you're the Kid Leroy. We have to know.
So is content strategy dead? I think that's up to you to decide. There are whole swabs of the industry that just are undervalued, underdiscussed, and can absolutely be dived into. Whether it be non-Americans, women, non-English speakers that are highly undervalued within the traditional Western market and Western talking points. But also acknowledging the fact that most things have been talked about, that most secrets are no longer secrets and have become common knowledge that yes, creators earn money, yes, creators focus about strategy and how the algorithms work, and that this isn't secret info anymore. So trying to find unique ways to present that information, present the guests, or even unique discussion points about what are things we already know, but in a way that we haven't thought about it before. And I think if we can find ways to utilize that, to master that, we can still find ways to keep educating the public and entertaining those who watch our content. We always think we know everything until someone discovers something new. So let me know down in the comments what you think will be the industry trends for 2025. And if you want to learn more about this whole industry, I have a perfect playlist for you right here.